Hi there, it's Donna from Taffy Crafting. Quick video today. I've got some Calypso coral cardstock. I've got some very vanilla cardstock, and then I've used scraps of it. And I want to show you what I've come up with. This isn't a new design. This design is on Pinterest. And every time I scroll through my feed on Pinterest, I see this card and I just want to have a go at it. So I thought, right, I'm doing it today. It's my day off work today, so I decided to do some crafting. I'm still on the 31 days craft challenge. I think this is probably day 13 if I do these in the correct order. So let me show you what I'm going to use. Only a few products. So as well as my cardstock, I'm using the Butterfly Gala stamp set. So I'm using that, and I'm using this butterfly stamp. Well, just that bit actually. I'm also using the butterfly punch. I'm using, as well as using the butterfly stamp on here, I'm also using the Hello Beautiful sentiments. I've used black ink for the sentiments, but I've used Calypso coral ink to stamp out my butterflies. So without further ado, I've got a basic card base of 5 7/8 by 8 1/4, and I've just scored down the long side at 4 1/8, folded it in half, and there's my standard card base. And I've got a piece of Calypso coral that measures 5 3/4 by 4 inches, and I'm just going to stick that onto my card base. I've chosen very vanilla because I prefer that with the Calypso coral. I don't know why, I just do. There is a blog post that goes with this tutorial. The link for that is in the description bar. So if you head along to that, I'll leave links to all the products that I've used here, and those links go directly to my shop. So when you're purchasing those, if you want to quote the hostess code that's also on my blog on the front page, then that will let me know that you've placed an order, and then I can send you a little thank you gift for ordering with me. So there's our Calypso coral on top of our card base. Now I want to create a box. This is like a birthday gift box. So what I did is I got some scrap of very vanilla, and I've got 2 rectangles. The first rectangle measures 2 inches by 1 1/2 inches, and this tiny little fella measures 1/4 inch by 2 inches. I've put these, I cut them first, and then I put them through the die cutting machine, through my Big Shot, with the hammered metal 3D embossing folder. I love the effect that gives. I don't know if you can see that on there. I bought it with the autumn winter catalogue with the Christmas stuff and didn't really use it a great deal, but I've really got into embossing folders lately. So that's how I'm going to stick those 2 on there. I did try it with plain very vanilla cardstock, and it's not right. It needs to be slightly different, and I didn't want patterns because I just wanted 2 colours on this. So I just put it through the embossing folder. You don't have to use the hammered metal one. There's the swirls and curls. Well, there's loads of them. I'm still getting the hang of embossing, and there are others. There's a brick one. There's a wood one. There's a kind of quilted one. I can't remember the others, but there are a few. It just makes your cardstock a little bit more interesting. So that's my box on there, and then I just need to put my lid. So I'm just sticking this down with multi-purpose wet glue, and then I'm just going to put that on there as if it's been hinged. Just get that to join there. There we go. Okay, so there's our box. Now what I want to do is have butterflies coming out of this box. I want it to look like the box has been opened and that butterflies are coming out. So I'm going to kind of fit one under there. And how I did that was I got some very vanilla cardstock, and I just stamped this very small butterfly. Now these butterfly stamps, if I can get them out, both together like that. Now some people, and there's nothing wrong with this, some people have actually cut those off and separated them. I haven't on mine. All I did was just ink up the small butterfly. I stamped it onto some very vanilla cardstock, and then I just punched it out using this part. So I just slipped the card into the punch and then punched it out with the punch. So what I'm going to do now is just stick these onto my card with just the tiniest bit of glue, because this will splodge if you've got too much on there. Now this one, I want it just poking out of my box like that. So it's just emerging out of the box. Now also with these butterflies, what you want to do is just curve them very slightly. It just gives them a bit more of a 3D effect. Makes them more three-dimensional and less flat. And I'm just using some tweezers just to push those down like that. So just use Calypso Coral ink to stamp out those butterflies. And I'm just going to have these flying out of this box. Now I don't know whose original idea this design was. I think a lot of people have repinned this, and so I couldn't actually get to the original owner of the design, but it's so striking. I imagine for those of you watching that use Pinterest regularly that you've seen it as well. But I just wanted to give it a go. Right, the other thing I want to do before I put any more butterflies on there, because I want to rearrange them, is so that they go round this circle. So I've punched out a 2 1/4 inch circle, and I'm just going to put some glue on that and just fix that to my card there. And then I've stamped using the Butterfly Gala stamp set. I've taken this one, Hello Beautiful, and using Memento ink, I've stamped that onto a 2 inch circle, but I want to stick that onto my card using dimensionals. I've got a brand new set of nails today, so I'm still getting used to using them. So I'm going to put 4 on there. And then just to put that in the centre of that bigger circle. Now I can arrange my butterflies to come around that circle. I'm going to put one here. Quite a quick card, this one. If you wanted to make a few, I would suggest that you emboss a sheet of, well, not a sheet of, but you know, a lump of a small sheet of very vanilla, and emboss all of that and then cut it out. So almost there. After this one, I've got 2 butterflies left. I'm trying to make it look quite random, because if you opened a box of butterflies, they would just scatter, wouldn't they? So I've just got one more. No, I've not. I've got 2 more. Let's put one there, and I'm going to put one in that top corner. Okay, so that's our butterflies that have escaped. Now I want to just put a little bit more on this. So trying to think what else I'm going to put on. I want to put some rhinestones on here. I've got my rhinestones out and put them down. There they are. So I want to put a couple on my circles there, like that. And then I just want a few random ones on some of these butterflies, like that. That one can have one. Should we just give all of them a rhinestone? I've just knocked the camera, sorry. I was trying to get really close up and knock the camera. I wouldn't normally use all of these rhinestones, but I just think we need to make this look super pretty. When you've only got, I don't know where that went, when you've only got you know, one colour going on here, apart from this black, I think it just needs a little bit of sparkle. And I've wasted 2 rhinestones there. They've just gone crashing over to the other side of my desk. So, decorated my butterflies. I think it needs one more thing. I think the box needs a handle. And I've got somewhere in my box of goodies, I need to find it. I had them just now. There they are. I've got these clear faceted gems. I don't know if these are still current, but if these aren't, something else will be. So if you know somebody that likes a bit of bling, this is going to be the card for them. So these clear faceted gems. So they've already got a bit of glue on them. I'm just going to see if I can hold. I'm going to put that on top of my box lid like that. And then I'm not going to put any more on there because I think it just might be a step too far. So there we go. So if you like butterflies, this is one for you. So this is a box opening up, a box of butterflies, and just a card that can be for anybody to say hello, to say happy birthday, get well, good luck, anything. So I hope you like that. That's day 13. Next video will be day 14. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.